I am so freaking hyped for Spider-Man on the PlayStation 5. I mean, seriously, just consider the fact that right now when it comes to PlayStation Studios, Insomniac is one of the best of the best. The previous Spider-Man games have been so top-notch, and it sounds like this next one may somehow be even better. But let's talk about these rumors. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let me just say something right here at the start. I'm technically filming this video in the middle of the night. They're about to be repairing my internet, so I'm not going to have any internet now for about 12 hours. And it sounds like this may be revealed maybe in the next couple days. But let's start off by taking a look at this tweet. So this is Millie A. Millie A is actually a very reputable leaker, specifically talking about Spider-Man stuff. And she said this: Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5 is exceeding expectations for Marvel higher-ups. Oh man, that sounds so good. Fluidity and visual punch is striking, according to an employee of Marvel. Another employee thought they were watching a cutscene gameplay to be shown soon. Now, this is, I mean, obviously that's exactly what the heck I want to hear. God dang, it's so nice to see Miles Morales teaming up directly with Peter Parker to pound freaking bad guy faces, including, of course, Venom himself. Now, this tweet, just on face value, obviously it's already going viral. People are freaking out. The point that this tweet is really trying to get across is I think Marvel has an incredible amount of trust in Insomniac. Like, truly consider the fact that not only have the last couple games been so incredibly popular, I mean, both Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales have sold, 30 million copies. They're extremely top-notch, big, profitable projects, but additionally, they got incredible acclaim. They had so many high review scores, crazy Metacritic and stuff like that. The fact that this means that it is exceeding expectations, I take this to mean that somehow it is so far above and beyond what they already did with the previous games that even Marvel's tight-knit executives are actually saying this is the future of games. This part right here especially really strikes me. The fluidity and visual punch is striking, according to an employee of Marvel. Now, let me be clear. This is not just some random tweet. People have actually just gone on record to say Millie is an extremely reliable industry insider. It was already pretty obvious that Marvel Spider-Man 2 would exceed expectations, especially if you've already played the remaster and Miles on PS5. But hearing this is actually a saying, get hyped. Now, part of what's interesting about this is that gameplay to be shown soon. A lot of the replies here are already talking about the fact that it seems like there's some sort of, there's the Disney event actually happening at the end of this week. There's rumors about the PlayStation Showcase possibly showing up. It is starting to seem like the future of Spider-Man and the future of PlayStation is about to be shown. Because keep in mind, Sony does want Spider-Man to be the mascot of the PlayStation 5. And I think this is one of the first games that's being completely built for the ground up, specifically for the PlayStation 5. But there's another big leak that's been going around that's very, very interesting to me, which is it sounds like Spider-Man 2 is going to possibly have full campaign co-op. Now, I love multiplayer in general. Co-op, though, makes everything 10 times better. This is obviously the final shot of the original game. God, it's so freaking good. What's better than one Spider-Man? That's right, two Spider-Mans. Spider-Man? Yes, that's right. Well, so what's been happening is people have been digging through a lot of the raw code of Spider-Man Remastered on the PC. They've been going through and looking at all the text files and stuff, and they discovered that inside of it, there's all these interesting bits of data that seem to say that there is actually a bunch of parts of the code that exist for co-op. Two separate players possibly connected to a server, being able to play the separate characters, going in different locations and stuff like that. Now, part of the importance of this is that it shows that maybe at some point they wanted to try and put co-op originally into Spider-Man or Miles Morales, and so maybe now they just scrapped that to do it completely and better in this PlayStation 5 rendition of Spider-Man 2. But honestly, I do feel like this could help the game become bigger and better, especially with this whole idea of its fluidity. Obviously, I am just a little bit biased here because I am just such a Spider fan. Not even the movies and stuff, so much as it is the comics, the classic stuff. I even read the Jim Butcher Spider-Man novel and stuff like that. I love, love, love the webhead. And I truly believe that the best version of Peter Parker we have ever gotten was in the 2018 Spider-Man game. The idea of this selfless hero being so witty while having to do the impossible. And the fluidity of that, I still feel like the combat, the swinging, everything about that game just manages to connect on such a mental level. It blows me away they've managed to get it so right. So the fact that they're going to somehow surpass that, I feel like it's got to be more than just a frame rate thing. It's got to be more than the game just being a beautiful 60 frames a second and 4K and stuff like that. I feel like saying that means that every animation really connects, every bit of combat, hopefully the bosses. Man, it would be really cool if we actually get to chase down and race against Venom inside of New York City and stuff like that, especially with this leak. So it sounds like more than just having co-op, it sounds like inside the code itself, there's these details in Spider-Man Remastered that pointed to the idea of red team, blue team, chapter 1, character 2, stuff like this makes it sound like maybe there's going to be multiplayer modes, actual online multiplayer modes, which could be interesting. What if they did something like Spider-Man Tag? I mean, I'd play that. Some sort of save the person before your opponents. I don't know. One person playing as Venom, one person playing as actually Spider-Man. Or what if they start to do some of the really crazy stuff? In the comics, Dr. Octopus at one point gets body swapped into Peter Parker's body and he becomes the best Spider-Man. They call him Spectacular Spider-Man. I feel like not only is there so much different crazy ideas they could do, but it does feel like Marvel has given them the entire kitchen sink. They're allowed to do whatever they want with this Spider-Man. So far with this video game universe, I feel like they've done the best decision by making it so much of a realistic version of Spider-Man, giving him Mr. Negative and a lot of these villains and stuff, Vulture and everybody. I feel like they've managed to find that really, really good line that I feel like the best superhero stories do now, which is realistic and unrealistic simultaneously. Obviously, a arachnid humanoid who has super strength and cracks jokes is fake, but if you put it in a way where he's actually trying to save people from a plague and stuff like that, it walks that line. I love the writing. I love the emotional beats. I love what they've managed to do so much with Spider-Man. This version of Spider-Man is truly the pinnacle. So if Marvel themselves are already tipping their hats to the hard work of Insomniac, I do think this is going to be a PlayStation 5 game that's going to change the nature of PlayStation 5 games, if God of War doesn't steal all the attention first. But what do you think about this? Honestly, I just wanted to talk about Spider-Man. I'm extremely excited. It does sound like we're possibly going to see this here, maybe in the next 2 days. Honestly, I have no idea, but I am freaking ready for it. I actually have a Spider-Man costume in my closet. Maybe I'll put it on just to be extra hyped. But tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. All right, I gotta go upload this video and let the repair guy in. I hate internet service providers, upgrades. I hate housework. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.